You can listen to Football for Kids completely ad-free by signing up on Patreon or on Apple Podcast subscription. Hello grown-ups. Are you already starting to think about the summer holidays and how to keep the kids busy? Yeah, I thought you might. Today's podcast is brought to you by Kellogg's Football Camps, a brilliant solution for families looking to keep kids active, having fun and building confidence this summer. With camps for girls and boys aged 5 to 15, Kellogg's are offering over 39,000 free places at sessions hosted by over 70 pro football clubs across the UK. From Colchester to Cardiff, Glasgow to London. It's a great chance for kids to get out, to play football and make new friends over the summer break. To book a free place, just buy a promotional Kellogg's Football Camps pack and scan the QR code to choose a club near you. T's and C's apply, subject to availability.
If you're a small business owner, you'll know just what it's like to be the chief everything officer. HR, payroll, employee benefits. Well, Gusto can do all of that for you. Gusto is online payroll and benefits software built for small businesses. It's all in one, remote friendly, and incredibly easy to use. It's quick and simple to switch to Gusto. Just transfer your existing data to get up and running fast. Try Gusto today at gusto.com/lockedonsoccer and get 3 months free when you run your first payroll. That's gusto.com/lockedonsoccer.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CUP26 to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Hello and welcome to the Football for Kids podcast with me, Darren Rees, and welcome to episode 1 of this 3-part Cameo special. Because if you didn't already know, I and Football for Kids am on Cameo, where you can get special personalised video messages for birthdays, special shout-outs, pep talks, and so much more. All you've got to do is search Darren Rees Football for Kids on the Cameo app and you will find me there. Right then, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the amazing, about the brilliant, about the wonderful Jordan Pickford. And the last time we did an episode on Jordan Pickford was all the way back in December 2024. Since then, there have been flying saves, roaring celebrations, plenty of penalty drama. There's been clean sheets, huge England nights, big Everton moments, and the start of a whole new chapter by the water in Liverpool, as Everton prepare to leave Goodison Park and move into their brand new stadium at Bramley-Moore Dock. For club and country, Pickford has not just gone in goal, he's commanded it. He has shouted, dived, pointed, punched, leapt, roared and dragged every last drop of energy from those bright yellow gloves. And for England, under Thomas Tuchel, he has had to be brave in a different way too. Not just saving shots, but playing in a team that wants to press high, squeeze space and live right on the edge. So, today we are picking up the story from December 2024 and racing all the way to the current day as I record this today, the 1st of July 2026. Now, while Jordan Pickford was making saves for England, something was happening at Everton too. In October 2025, Jordan Pickford signed a new 4-year contract, keeping him at Everton until the end of 2029. And that was not just a bit of paperwork of a pen and a club scarf. Oh no, that was Everton saying, this is our goalkeeper. This is one of our leaders. This is a player we want with us for the next chapter. because Everton were stepping into a brand new era. Their famous old home had been part of football history for over a century, but now the club were moving into their new stadium at Bramley Moor Dock, later known as Hill Dickinson Stadium, by the water in Liverpool. A new stadium with new ownership, new hopes, new dreams, new everything. And right in the middle of it all was Jordan Pickford. By the time he signed that deal, he had already made more than 300 appearances for Everton. After joining from Sunderland in 2017, he had also become a record 4-time Everton Player of the Season winner, including 3 seasons in a row. For a goalkeeper, that says everything. It means the fans were not just watching him, they were trusting him, properly trusting him too. And Pickford spoke about wanting to build a legacy at Everton, not just play matches, not just make saves, but leave a mark, like the great Neville Southall, one of Everton's legendary goalkeepers. That is a big dream of his, but Jordan Pickford has never been scared of making his dreams happen. And then came one of the biggest days in Everton history. For more than 130 years, Everton had called Goodison Park their home. That old stadium had seen thunderous tackles, last-minute goals, wild celebrations, and enough nerves to power the floodlights. But in the 2025-26 season, the club opened the doors to a brand new home, Hill Dickinson Stadium, built by the water at Bramley Moor Dock in Liverpool. It was huge, it was shiny, and it held more than 52,000 fans. And for Jordan Pickford, it was the kind of day where a goalkeeper does not just want to play, he wanted to make history. On August 24th, 2025, Everton played their first competitive Premier League match at the new stadium against Brighton and Hove Albion. The crowd were buzzing, the scarves were waving, the noise rolled around the ground like a blue wave. Then Everton struck. Iliman Ndiaye scored the first Premier League goal at the new ground after a brilliant ball from Jack Grealish. Then James Garner smashed in a second after half-time. Everton were 2-0 up, but Brighton would not go away. Late in the match, they won a penalty and up-stepped the legendary Danny Welbeck. One kick could make the final few minutes very, very nervy. Pickford stood on his line. The stadium held its breath. Welbeck ran up and boom, he smashed the ball. But Pickford dived and saved it. A huge left-handed stop from the England #1. And just like that, Jordan Pickford had given Everton's new stadium its first great goalkeeper moment. Not just a win, not just a clean sheet, a proper Pickford moment. Arms out, chest puffed, crowd roaring. Hill Dickinson Stadium had opened its Premier League story, and Jordan Pickford was right there in the middle of it all. Now, here's the thing about being a goalkeeper. Sometimes if you're doing a job brilliantly, people only notice when you make one giant save. But Jordan Pickford was not just making one giant save here and there for Everton, he was there every week. During the 2025-26 Premier League season, Pickford started all 38 league matches and played every single minute. Every dive, every cross, every corner, every shout of "Keeper!" That is 3,420 minutes of concentration. And for a goalkeeper, concentration is everything. You cannot switch off, not for 5 seconds, not even for a blink, because one mistake and the ball is in the back of the net. Everton were trying to grow into their new era, but there were some tough moments. There were injuries, changes in defence, pressure, tired legs, and matches where opponents created dangerous chances. In front of Pickford, Everton had experienced defenders, but they also had new defenders and new ways of playing too. And that meant Pickford had to be ready. Not just ready, he had to be electric at all times. There were times when Everton needed him to be more than a goalkeeper. They needed him to be the final wall, the alarm bell, the organiser, the player screaming instructions, the player waving his arms, setting the line, and then somehow still springing across the goal to make the save. But behind all that noise and energy is a serious football brain. He reads danger quickly, he reacts sharply, and when Everton needed points, he often gave them something priceless. A save that changed the game, a save that kept them alive, a save that made the fans behind the goal go berserk. That is why Jordan Pickford remains so important to Everton. Not because every match is easy, but because when things get difficult, he's the one there, standing tall, chest puffed out, ready to go. And if you want to know how busy Jordan Pickford has been, well, listen to this. From late January to June 2026, he was barely ever out of action. Leeds United, then Brighton and Hove Albion, then Fulham, Manchester United, Newcastle United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Crystal Palace, Tottenham Hotspur, one after another. They kept coming, and Pickford kept standing there, kept being ready. There were draws, there were wins, clean sheets, yellow cards, and some massive save numbers too, including 5 against Crystal Palace. Then came England duty against Uruguay, Japan, New Zealand and Costa Rica. It was a proper goalkeeper marathon for him. Match after match, shot after shot, pressure after pressure. Jordan Pickford kept finding the answers. Now, one of the things which we need to speak about in this episode is Jordan Pickford's superpowers, penalties. Because saving a penalty is not just about guessing left or right. Oh no, it's homework, bravery, sharp eyes and nerves made of steel. And on Boxing Day 2024, Pickford had a monster test. Everton were away at Manchester City inside the Etihad Stadium. The score was 1-1. Bernardo Silva had scored for City and City had won a penalty. Up stepped Erling Haaland, one of the most frightening goal scorers on planet Earth. Pickford stood on his line. A little bounce, a little stare. Maybe one of those Pickford faces that says, "Go on then, son, give it your best." Haaland ran up. Pickford dived low to his right and he saved the ball. The ball came back out. City scored via a rebound, but the flag went up and they were offside. Everton had held on for a huge 1-1 draw, and Pickford had done something in the Premier League no goalkeeper had done before, and that is save an Erling Haaland penalty. That was not luck. That was research, reactions, and ridiculous courage. That was a proper Pickford moment. And then came the saves that turned Jordan Pickford from important goalkeeper into full-on highlight reel hero. First, Old Trafford against Manchester United. Everton were down to 10 men. The clock was ticking. The nerves were jangling. United threw the ball into the box and Joshua Zirkzee powered a header towards goal. For a split second, it looked in, but Pickford stretched, flew, clawed and tipped it away with his fingertips. That save helped Everton win at Old Trafford for the first time since 2013. But he wasn't finished. In February 2026, away at Newcastle United inside St James's Park, a volley came flying towards him like a rocket at full speed. The ball screamed towards the goal. Pickford reacted like a superhero in fast forward. Up went the glove, onto the bar and away to safety. David Moyes called it out of this world, and honestly, he was not wrong. That save won February Save of the Month, because that is what Jordan Pickford does. Now we move from Everton to England, where Jordan Pickford has been building something seriously special. And just to be clear, this episode is being recorded before England's match against DR Congo on the 1st of July 2026. Before the World Cup even began, Pickford went on a ridiculous clean sheet run. Between November 2024 and October 2025, he kept 9 clean sheets in a row for England. Then, against Serbia at Wembley Stadium, the national stadium, he made it 10 competitive clean sheets in a row. 10 of them. That meant more than 900 minutes without conceding a goal. He smashed his own England record and helped England equal a European record previously held by Spain. Then came life under Thomas Tuchel and things changed. England were no longer sitting safely. They were pressing high, pushing forward and asking Pickford to play like a sweeper keeper. That means he had to race out, real danger, use his feet, organise a defence, and still be ready to make big saves when they came. Then came a 2026 FIFA World Cup, hosted across the USA, Canada and Mexico. England were in Group L with Croatia, Ghana and Panama. They beat Croatia 4-2 in Arlington, then they drew 0-0 against Ghana in Boston, then they beat Panama 2-0 in New Jersey. That Panama clean sheet was Pickford's 46th for England, and he's 6th for the World Cup. So, as England prepare for DR Congo, one thing is clear. Jordan Pickford is not just England's goalkeeper, he is England's wall, alarm bell, organiser and lightning bolt with gloves on. Remember, if you know someone who loves football just as much as you do, then please tell them about the Football for Kids podcast. And whether you're playing football soon, watching it on the telly or pitch side, I hope that you enjoy the game. See you next time.